I've had some feedback from my past videos, so I just wanted to go ahead and make this video to respond to some of the comments I've had. First, if we go to this new folder, I've been told these are not competing systems. Well, they're not. They're conflicting information. One says 6 items, one says 5 items. This right here, that plain text document is a transparency on top of a transparency, especially if my desktop was busier. That would be impossible to read. Right now it's just a bit of a challenge. But how is that not just messed up? Now, I was told there's probably settings where you can go ahead and fix this. Maybe even the settings are different on different distros. But this is standard Mint KDE. Mint is supposed to be one of the most popular distros. They say the second most popular distro. This is just hard to excuse. Next, I was told if I go ahead and I do the create new text file, it'll say text file, create new text file, and it says text file, and I get this silliness here, and I suggest a new name, and I hit rename. Well, that doesn't happen. Well, it turns out, let's go ahead and open up a folder here, bring it down, go to my home, go to desktop, text file 1. Well, now if I say create new text file 2, it now knows to do it correctly. Why does it do it one way here and another way within the actual folder? Any folder will do this. It's only the desktop where you get this complete insanity. So that just makes no sense at all. Next, go ahead, I'm going to go and shrink this down some, and I'm going to open up System Settings. And I will go into Display and Monitor. I had some concern about how I was showing this. So I'm going to show some of the things going on here. One, okay, sort of as a joke here, but some of these people say that Apple invented the rounded rectangle. No, they didn't invent it, they just get it right. Look at that. It's not done well. Okay, not really a complaint. Yeah, it could be done better, but no big deal. This menu right here, there was some confusion as to what I was talking about how it hides the stuff behind it. Well, look at that. This is showing me the proportions and the relative sizes, but this menu is in front of it. Now, one thing I did find is I can go ahead and I can stretch this up, and now it puts it down to the bottom. It also kind of leaves it in the middle, though, even when things are there. Most people aren't going to be resizing this, so not that big of a deal there. And now if it's down here, that does work a little bit better. Still does hide things when it's a little bit bigger, and this gets moved down, but not a big deal. It started off as that 1440 by 900. Right now, my reset and my apply do the exact same thing, nothing. A little funky. Again, not the end of the world. This is one, though, that is a little bit bigger. If I go to my help button, why does help do nothing? So often help in these things is just poorly done. This is not a third-party application that's been added. Sometimes third-party applications don't have help. This is part of the main system. That's pretty inexcusable in my book. This next one I've done a little bit of testing. I can't figure out a pattern. I can't figure out at all how to do things with this to make it make sense. But I'm going to go to full screen here. And yes, it gives me the warning because I used the menu at the top. If I used the menu at the bottom, remember, it wouldn't do that. And now I could try to drag it down. It gives me that move icon and a transparency. Well, I can't actually move it though. I also can go ahead, if I hit that Alt F3, I can come down here and say attach as a tab. But it didn't really attach as a tab. Now I can say Alt Tab and go ahead and get to here. This one, if I say attach as a tab, none available. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and make this one Alt F3 and go ahead make it where it's not full screen. And now go to this folder right here and make it full screen. So we've just switched which ones are full screen. We still get that warning. Now I'm going to go ahead, Option Tab to get to the other. And now I'll try to add it as a tab. Oh, now it's saying none available. Before it was letting me do it. It is very inconsistent here. So let's go back to this one. Alt F3. More actions, get out of full screen. Now let's add it as a tab. Now, of course, we could tab to each other. Now they're tabs. Excellent. And then go back to full screen. So attach as tab is still there, even though there's no need for it. It's already attached as the tab. Right, back to full screen. And where are my tabs? Well, I don't seem to have them, but if I do Alt F3, I could still say switch tabs. And if I say previous, now I have tabs, but it lost full screen. See, I'm now out of full screen. Let's go back into full screen. Okay, and then switch my tabs again. Switch tab, previous next. Now it's not even listing the name of the tab, please note. We'll hit next, and it still is full screen. So sometimes when I switch to the different tab in full screen, it keeps it as full screen. Sometimes it doesn't. I drag down, it says it can move it, but it can't move it. None of this makes any sense at all. Someone, please, in the comments, explain to me this full screen and tab and how they work together, and explain to me how this is supposed to make sense, because I just don't see it.